What's cracking, everybody? Today, instead of reviewing for my nursing licensure exam, I'll be reviewing the Master Grade Sinanju Stein narrative version in all its glory. What you're looking at now is the kit snapped together right out of the box, and I will feature it in foil and color correction stickers applied in a while. In the lore, the information gathered from the Sazabi and the new Gundam led to the development of the Sinanju Stein. The data then gathered from that was used to develop the Unicorn Gundam and the Banshee. There were two Sinanju Steins produced by Anaheim Electronics and were then stolen by the Neo-Zeon remnant group known as the Sleeves. One was developed into this, piloted by Zoltan Akinin, and the other one was developed into the Sinanju, piloted by Full Frontal. Now for the kit itself, this kit was released mid-January 2019. It is heavily based on the Sinanju Stein Verka released 2013, with some parts from the Sinanju OVA. Both kits have aged well this far, and has plenty of new additions. This kit has some pretty badass box art. Though this was a quick scene in the movie, this box art does a great job of visually communicating how its mobile suit and its pilot work. I also want to mention that this kit comes in a high grade and a high grade clear color. Kit comes with 3 sheets of decals, 1 sheet of reflective stickers with color correction stickers, dry transfers, and water slide decals. As for the weapons and equipment, you get 2 rifles within this kit. The main rifle is somewhat new. You can attach the bazooka or a grenade launcher to it, and you get the extra Sinanju Stein Verka rifle as well. You get a bazooka that is collapsible, which can serve as a rifle attachment or can be stowed in the back. The shield you get is somewhat new as well. It is a modified version of the old Verka shield. Although this is tipped, you can attach the grenade launcher, although this only serves as attachment for the shield or rifle. You get 2 beam sabers that can be stored within the forearms, as well as 2 yellow beams. Here is a kit with the foil and color correction stickers applied. The sleeves, markings, and the emblem on the chest, they do add some life to this kit, but however everything else, there is barely any noticeable difference at all. Articulation and its ability to pose are actually quite great. For a kit this big, you can achieve a good amount of poses, and it has no problem standing on its own. Although there will be a few weight issues once you attach the rifle and bazooka together, but apart from that, he can hold up the weapons just fine. Although there are a few things you have to take note of. The hip joints are a little shallow for my liking. Posing it is fine, but once you try to pose it, guaranteed they are gonna come off. But once you get them back in, you're good. The head is double jointed, you can get a full 180-degree turn, though the up and down is limited. Shoulder armor is also at a good place and can fold up to compensate for movement. The skirts are on fixed ball joints, they're fine. I wish they came with more detail though. Like the Sinanju OVA, the little details there are separate, while here they're all in one piece. If you're using the bazooka on its own, it can be locked onto the hand if you're posing it from the hip, but over the shoulder, you're gonna have it hold it with its fingers. You get a good amount of gimmicks. Although a little loose, the cockpit can open. The forearms open up and extend for the beam sabers. The leg thrusters on the side extend and turn. The leg thrusters on the back of the legs open up as well. And the entire backpack is completely articulated. The armor flap, the propellant tanks, and the thrusters are all articulated on different ball joints. When it comes to size, this kit is on the larger side, towering over the RX-78, as you can see here standing next to the Shin Musha. It is slightly taller, but significantly bulkier than the Unicorn. And if you wanted to see it right next to the regular Sinanju, here you go. And it's only about a head or so shorter than the Sazabi Verka. Now this kit comes with a lot of extras, including parts to make the Sinanju Stein Verka configuration, and if you wanted to see how it looked like compared to it, here you go. Just so you can have a side-by-side comparison, and so far, it's a pretty big difference. The only thing I haven't really mentioned in this video is the fact that this kit also has longer propellant tanks, same ones that come with the regular Sinanju. I also decided to attach these blue colored parts, which came with the kit, but they don't give you enough to recolor the entire thing. They also give you enough parts to make the old Verka shield, but they don't give you enough parts to make both the Verka and the regular shield. One thing I find out about this kit is that it has 4 of the same runners, 2 brown and 2 gray, and they are inner frame parts. And if you don't follow the manual to the letter, which tells you to use the brown here and the gray here, you're gonna end up with 2 totally unused runners. So long story short on the extras, if you're into kit bashing, or if you need the extra parts to repair an older Sinanju that you have, dioramas or whatever you need to use extra inner frame parts for, or you just wanted the Verka kit in gray, I guess you can see these extras as a plus. So before I get to my final verdict, what could have made this kit better is that it could have came with the 2 extra parts to make both the Verka shield and the new shield, more secure hip joints, and the sleeves emblem in the trim could have been a lot better. It would have been so much better if the sleeves markings were separate parts instead of one part where you gotta fix with decals later on or paint. But regardless of all that, I'll still give this kit a good 8.5 out of 10. It's evident that Bandai missed a lot of opportunities here, but nonetheless, this kit is great. Any master-grade Sinanju you will not regret getting. This is one of those kits where you really get to appreciate that wonderful Japanese engineering. If you had to choose between this or the Verka, choose this unless you really want the white instead of the new parts. I would place this on par with the Sinanju OVA. I've had a great building experience with this kit, and I think it's got a great aesthetic, so yeah, I highly recommend it. If you like big master grades or you're really into the Universal Century, get it. Would I recommend this as a first kit? You can. But yeah, I can go on and on of how great this kit is. A lot of people point out the negatives, but in my opinion, the great things about this kit really outweigh the negatives. So yeah, if you have any questions or any suggestions, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you want to see. If there's like a specific kit you want to see me build a review, suggest it and I might just have it in my backlog and build it up. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If not, give it a thumbs down. And if you want to see more content like this, please feel free to subscribe. Have a great one.